Happy Thursday, everyone. My name is Ellie Timmons, and I am the host of today's podcast. In today's episode, I talk with MSU alumni Kyla Mabry. We talk about her transition from Michigan State, her current role today, and her future goals as a financial advisor. Enjoy. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the WMA podcast. My name is Ellie Timmons, and today we have joining us Kyla Mabry. Kyla graduated from Michigan State University's Wealth Management and Financial Planning program in 2022. Today, she works full-time for Equanimity Wealth Management and recently was admitted into the Carson Group Next-Gen Coaching program. Kyla plans to enter the financial realm as a personal financial advisor in the near future. I'm excited to learn about her transition from Michigan State and her current role today. So welcome, Kyla, and thank you for being on the podcast.
Thank you, Ellie, for having me. Excited to be here.
Good. So without further ado, let's get started. Kyla, do you want to just start off by telling us a little bit about yourself and your journey into wealth management?
Yeah, so like you said, I graduated last year from Michigan State University. Right now, I am the Client Service Associate at Equanimity Wealth Management. I first started off here as an intern. I interned for about 3 months, I would say. I started in September, and then it was December when I started part-time as a Client Service Associate. So that was pretty cool, just experiencing that transition in roles. And I started working part-time from December through May when I graduated. So the team here has been pretty helpful with me going to school and working part-time when I could. And then once I graduated in May, I was full-time. So that's when I would say the real world, working world hit me. Just getting adjusted to not just going to class, but now there's no more class. And just working. I am from the Metro Detroit area, so like Southfield. And so that's an hour away. So this has been like not a big change because I did go to school here, but living here is different than just going to school. I am the oldest of 2 siblings. I have 2 little siblings. Yeah, that's a bit about me.
Very cool. So as a college student, why do you pick wealth management and how did you kind of get introduced into that field?
Yeah, so I feel like this may be weird, but like it was like a calling or like an intuition, I would say. It all started with a class that I took in high school, actually, financial, I think it was just personal finance.
Yeah, intro to personal finance, I think.
Yeah. And I really enjoyed it. And like we had mock jobs, and so like my job was to be like the auditor or like the person that looked over everyone's accounts, stuff like that. So it's kind of like in a way, a personal financial advisor, but less important, just school project. So it started there and I really enjoyed like what I was learning in that class. So I did some more research in a different class. It was a project to do like job researching. So I kind of just looked into what a personal financial advisor does, like qualities that they have, and I matched those qualities, things like that. So I just took that and ran with it, really. Then got to college, and that was just my path. So it was how it started with Broad. When I started, they didn't have the Wealth Management minor. So it was really cool that they introduced that my junior year. So I just felt like everything was set up like kind of like it was meant to be, like I was meant to go this way, like in this path. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it kind of all fell into place perfectly for you, it sounds
Yeah.
like. So you mentioned the wealth management minor. How do you think that minor has prepared you for your current role today? Any classes that really stuck out for you or, you learned a lot from that you actually use in your current role now?
Yeah. I would say Professor Sheistel's classes, both the advanced financial planning and the beginner course really helped a lot. Just understanding like different terms and what they mean, what they actually do. Um, Another class I would say, we don't mainly do insurance here, but just knowing like some of the terminology with the insurance class that I took. I forgot the professor's name, but the insurance class was pretty helpful, just learning the terminology and be able to like catch, oh, like I know that, I've learned that before. But it's like, I think all of it was helpful, but it's different learning about it than actually in applying it to other people or just to what you do for a living.
Yeah.
And I say that a lot here. Um, but yeah, specifically Professor Sheistel's class. That was a lot of S's.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I agree. I feel like a lot of the stuff, it's even if you're not going in the field, it's all things that you're going to run into in your real world. Everything from
Yeah.
the financial planning to the insurance. I think it's awesome to kind of just get that exposure, even if you're not going to the field. So I agree with, everything you
Yeah.
said. Going back to my intro, you plan to enter the field as a personal financial advisor. Do you plan on getting your CFP? If so, how have you been preparing for that and how has that been going?
Yeah. So the wealth management minor actually prepares you to take the test. There is one class that I will need to retake. And once I find the time to do that, I am planning to take the CFP. There is a cohort. So our office is a partner office of a Carson Wealth Management. And so they have a cohort that it's like a study group. So they're all studying for the CFP, and I plan to enroll in that once I get some more information about it. But I am planning to take my CFP, become a certified financial planner.
Very cool. So a little bit about that Carson Group Next-Gen Coaching program. Can you tell me a little bit more about that? So you said it's kind of a group, you guys are all taking the test together. What else kind of does that offer for you?
Yeah, so it started while I was at Michigan State. So there was about 20 other colleges and universities all over the states that came together and formed this Carson Lead Gen program. It was basically kind of not a mentoring program, but like kind of say something similar to it. I can't put my hand on it, but where we were given the opportunity to go to this thing called Excel. So Carson Wealth Management, they host Excel every year. And it's basically like like
Kind
an
of like a
exciting,
financial conference.
yeah, like an exciting conference, like to just get people excited to become financial advisors. And if you are already a financial advisor, they have like breakout rooms and like sessions where you just learn more about a specific topic. So while I was in the Next Gen program, that's what I experienced. So it was pretty cool. And just to get with other people at different universities and talk about our paths and what we've been doing was pretty cool. That's actually how I got my internship here. Just a connection. Jamie Hopkins knew the people that I work with now, and I met Jamie Hopkins through the program. So that was kind of cool. So those type of opportunities show up within this program. And it's kind of like a coaching mentor program too.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. And I think what's nice about the Carson Group is they really notice the lack of women in the field and
Yeah.
encourage them to get mentors and get exposure in this career. So I think having that, in your back pocket is such a great opportunity. And Carson does a really great job at that.
Yeah. And so the lead gen was primarily just getting younger people into the industry. So that was pretty cool too.
Very cool. Yeah. Because I think we hear all the time, there's the lack of, people our age. We have everyone retiring, but who's going to fill those spots? So they really do a great job of encouraging, college students to just get exposure. So that's great. Kind of talking about, the lack of women, do you, being a female in the male dominant field, have you faced any challenges thus far or noticed anything different, or kind of talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So me personally, I wouldn't say that I've noticed anything like a challenge. I guess my biggest challenge would be myself. Just adjusting to an industry that is male dominant, and you just don't want to come off, like me being a woman and being a Black woman, you don't want to come off like aggressive or like just being too much into your feelings or things like that, because it can be taken as being aggressive or being harsh or being too blunt or whatever, and just being unprofessional in a way. So that is one of the challenges that I would say that I've noticed, which it's pretty common. Yeah. I would say being a woman in this field, like in client meetings that I sit in on, it's actually a different approach to conversations that you have. So there's like clients that we have that are just single women or widowed women. You would have a more intimate conversation with them other than like a male and female couple or just a single male client. So it's just, I wouldn't say challenges, you just operate differently based on who you're talking to.
Yeah.
But that's with everyone.
Yeah, so. I like how you said that, because I think women understand the challenges other women face a lot better than men ever will. And I think that's something that, I think clients are noticing. And I think that's something we can really build on as women, is I think we have similar emotions we can draw on and really help them by understanding. So
yeah, and it's really surprising that sometimes even the male clients that we have are more, I don't want to say emotional, but emotional is the word, and they kind of gear towards a different conversation rather with our female advisors rather than a conversation that they would have with our male advisors. So it's a pretty cool thing that I noticed as well.
Yeah, I agree. That's awesome. I guess my next question, what have you had any like big surprises about the wealth management field coming out of college? Is there anything that kind of shocked you or surprised you that you didn't expect at all?
A bit. So like working, like even in the office, like the culture is different than what I was expecting. Like we are a pretty small office, and it feels more like a family and a home than just somewhere on Wall Street or just in the stock market itself. So that was a surprise. And like how I'm dressed today, I'm just like, casual. That was another surprise. wouldn't say any major surprises, like about specifically the ins and out of what an advisor does or how an advisor's day goes, or even how my position would go.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I kind of want to talk about that. Like, what's your day to day in your position now? What kind of things do you do? Are you client facing? Are you more back office?
a bit of both,
Okay.
because I am on the track to become an advisor. So as an intern, I started off more getting to know the business and just stepping in client meetings every now and then. So a little bit client facing. That's also what I still do now, in addition to the background work. So getting out distributions, contributions, setting up new accounts, paperwork, transfers of accounts, just the back office work, really. But I enjoy more so getting to know the clients individually and just having conversations with them. So that's a bit about what I do. I come in usually at the beginning of the day. It's like I set it aside for like getting money to clients who have like monthly distributions, or clients who are taking required minimum distributions, stuff like that. During the midday, I would say it's like more so paperwork driven. And then just office work, like putting together processes or creating calendars, stuff like that.
Very cool. Yeah. And it seems like it's a little bit different every day too, would you say?
Yeah.
Something new?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
always something new every day.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
often do you get to sit in client meetings? Couple times a week, every day? How does that work?
Based on my schedule. So around like what things I need to get done a week. Like this week, I know I'll be sitting in at least on one. So we try to get me in on at least one a week. If I could do more, that's cool too. But just one a week for now.
Very cool. That's nice. Just getting you kind of that exposure for, when it's your turn to have those
Right.
client meetings.
Yeah.
Very cool. What kind of makes you excited about the field of wealth management? I mean, your goal is to become a financial advisor. What, makes you excited about that career field right now?
Yeah. So I would say, just coming from a single mother household, like just getting that opportunity to know that one day I can be an advisor and help people with their finances, and just being able to, even now, with my parents or my friends, like send them a budget and trying to explain like, this is what you're lacking, or this is what you need to improve on, things like that. So just helping people really in general is what makes me excited. And just getting to know that every day is going to be a learning experience. There's never going to be a dull moment where I'm just like, oh, this is boring, or I'm not learning anything. Like there's always something to learn.
Yeah, I think that's nice. And to go home every day knowing that you helped someone and you made them feel a little bit more confident about their finances, or you assured them that things are okay.
Right.
I think that's a really good part of the career, and just having that peace of mind that, you help someone. So I like hearing
Right.
that.
And even in my position now, it's like I do get those calls, or the advisors will get the calls like, Kyla really helped me today and I felt like really great. And I try not to show it because I'm not that type of person, but like it makes me feel more warm, or like more like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, it makes
So
you
it
feel
gives me,
appreciated, which is nice.
yeah,
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 that's awesome.
yeah.
As a recent college grad, do you have any advice for current college students right now that are interested in going into the wealth management field?
I would say getting into the wealth management minor did help me a lot. Just I don't want to say I didn't take it seriously. I did take it seriously. I just had a lot of other outside factors that kind of got in the way sometimes of me and my studies. So I would say always put yourself first in that regard. And then just believing that, because there's going to be hard things with everything, challenges, difficulties with everything that comes with life. So just keep going and never be afraid to ask for help.
Yeah.
Because you never know who can help you in what way. Yeah, that's what I would say.
That's a good one. Do you think your internship was beneficial? Would you encourage, students now to get internships, or, what's your opinion on that?
Yeah. I would say my internship was pretty helpful. It gave me the peace of mind that this is something that I wanted to do. Just seeing what other advisors do on a day-to-day basis. Like, it's different to go to like those wealth management meetings where people come in and they tell you like what we do, but once you see it for yourself, like with your own eyes, it's different. Like, oh, my advisors, they're like so busy, like on a day-to-day basis, no one tells you like exactly what they're doing, like every second of the day, like, but you see it firsthand and you're like, this is pretty cool, or it may deter you. So an internship, I would say, is a good start for someone who's unsure if this is what they want to do or not.
Yeah, I agree. I think that, you always hear like financial advisors can truly, change people's outlook on life or their life. And I think until you get that internship and you really see it firsthand and you see people walking away with so much less stress and, peace of mind, I think you really see firsthand in those internships how, life-changing this career can be for certain individuals and clients. So
Yeah.
I think that was always one of my favorite parts of, my internship in the career for sure.
Yeah.
Well, Kyla, thank you so much for being on. We're appreciative of your words of advice and for taking the time to join me today.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Have a great rest of your day.
You too. Thanks.
If you like what you just heard, please like, comment, and share. This is Lance Mullen, producer of the MSU WMA podcast. MSU WMA, or Michigan State University Wealth Management Association, is a student organization part of the Eli Broad College of Business, located in East Lansing, Michigan. Our mission is to inspire and educate the next generation of financial planners. Thank you for listening to today's episode. If you enjoyed, please check out our channel on all platforms such as Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And check out our social media at MSUWMA and MSUWMA.com.